Do you want to start a short-term rental business but have no money and no credit and don't know where to begin? Hey everyone, my name is Jorge Contreras, and over the last 5 years, I have built my short-term rental portfolio to over 6 figures a month. And again, in the last 5 years, there's a lot that I've learned. And in this video, I want to break down how you could manage other people's Airbnbs so that you can start with no money and no credit. Let's go. Now, before I do, a lot of people want to get into the short-term rental business, but don't have the finances, don't have the credit. So hopefully you guys stick around to the end, because I believe after you watch this video, you're going to be able to know how to get in contact with existing short-term rental hosts and how to offer your co-hosting services, where you can get a percentage of everything that comes in, where you get a piece of all the upside with none of the downside. So how do you actually become an Airbnb host? Well, the very first thing you need to do is attain the knowledge, because here is the simple truth, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't have experience, if you don't know how to operate short-term rentals, why would anybody allow you to come into their existing business that is probably already doing pretty good? And if you can't help it go from good to great, why would they give you the opportunity? So the very first thing that you should consider is educating yourself, getting familiar, learning, attaining the knowledge on how to operate short-term rental businesses so that you can ultimately provide a better experience, an overall great experience, but more than that, a hands-off experience, while either keeping the same amount of revenue or ideally increasing the revenue for the owners. Now, I want to deep dive into the 3 operations that you need to learn in depth in order to be able to manage short-term rentals for owners. And those 3 operations, let's go over them one by one. The first one is cleaning. And this is probably the most important aspect of running a short-term rental business. You need to hire a professional cleaning company that is going to provide a 5-star cleaning experience each and every time. Now, just coming from experience, right, in the last 5 years, I have never hired a large company that is going to send a different person each and every time. I literally hire like someone's mom, someone's aunt, or somebody that was referred to me that is going to clean it each and every time. Again, in my experience, I don't work with large companies. I work with a person that is going to be responsible to make sure that this property gets deep clean each and every time, providing a 5-star experience for the next guest. And when you hire somebody, one of the first things that you should do for the cleaning crew is give them access to the cleaning calendar. Here's why. I had this experience in one of my first short-term rentals where I was actually communicating when to clean. I was telling the cleaning person what days they should clean and what days they shouldn't clean. And typically we have a 5 p.m. same day cutoff, where after the clock hits 5 o'clock, you cannot book this property for the same day. And what happened is somebody booked it like at 4:55 p.m. I didn't know that it had just gotten booked, and it was only a 1-day booking. So they checked in and then checked out at 10 a.m. that next day. And I never noticed. I didn't look at my phone. I had a lot of stuff going on and didn't realize that somebody checked in, and my virtual assistant sent them all the check-in information. So they checked in, they checked out at 10 o'clock. The next guest checks in. OMG. They arrive and we get a message. Hey guys, and this was like a 7-day booking. So it was a big booking, couple $1,000s. And they're like, hey guys, so we just arrived at the property and it's really dirty. There's, dishes that were used, that somebody left the towels on the floor. It's just not clean. Obviously, I had to give a partial refund. I had to refund the cleaning to these guests. It actually ended up costing me money, but more than anything, time and energy. Luckily, we were able to offer them some credit to go buy some pizza. We refunded them the cleaning fee. My staff went over there, cleaned it right away, and we took care of it. But how did I make sure this didn't happen again? Well, what I did is I added my cleaning crew as a co-host to the property. And basically what that does, it gives them access to the calendar, so now they can see when to clean it, right? And so now that they have access to the calendar, they know exactly when to clean, and I never again have to tell them. Now that we're operating 18 short-term rentals, just imagine if I had to communicate when to clean and when not to clean. It would just be a huge headache, and it's just unnecessary. So now we've automated that process. Now, one of the things when you give them access to your actual Airbnb as a co-host is that they have the ability, as of this video today, because in the past they couldn't see the financial information and now they can. So if you added them as a co-host so that they can see the calendar, then they're going to be able to also see the financials. They're going to see how much you're charging for a cleaning fee, and so on and so forth. There's also a way that you can actually you can create a Google Calendar and sync the Google Calendar with the Airbnb calendar and give them access only to the Google Calendar so that they cannot see any of the financials. So whatever you want to do, totally fine, but make sure you give them access to the calendar so you don't have to experience what I did. The other thing that's very important when hiring a cleaning crew is making sure that they can clean 7 days a week, including holidays. I was about to hire a cleaning crew one time, a cleaning person, and literally I was about to say, hey, congratulations, you got the job. And then she tells me that she doesn't clean on Sundays. So I had to hire somebody else because guess what? People check in, check out 7 days a week on any given day, including holidays. So this person has to be available 365 days out of the year. And we always have a cleaning window, right? Typically our guests check out at about 10 a.m. and new guests check in at 3 p.m. So there's a 5-hour cleaning window. And that's very helpful, especially if you have multiple short-term rentals in the same area. The other thing I recommend for accountability is create a Slack group chat. Slack is a communication platform just like texting, just like WhatsApp, but it's just much easier to manage. And what you want to do is add everybody involved. So add the owner if they want to be involved, the cleaner, maintenance person, and you doing communications, unless you have a virtual assistant like we do who does all your communications for you. And this way you streamline the communications. And one of the things that you're going to do is after each and every cleaning, have your cleaning crew post pictures of the property. Also, before they actually start cleaning the property, they should do a visual inspection of the property to see if anything's missing, to see if there's any repairs or leaks that need to be fixed. And if there is, they should tag the handyman or the handywoman so they can come over and handle it during the cleaning window and so that it's ready for the next guest that is hopefully checking in the same day. The next thing is hiring a professional handyman. This person ideally works on call, and you should let them know that you have a window from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And if there's ever any handy work that needs to be done, they should do it during that 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. window. And typically these people, you just pay them on a case-by-case basis. You're not gonna have them on payroll like a 9-to-5, it's just on a per project basis. Same thing with the cleaning crew. I recommend that you pay them per cleaning and not per hour or a weekly or year or monthly fee. Unless you have like 5 or 10, then that's something that you could do. But even now, operating 18 short-term rentals, we pay each of our staff per cleaning. The next thing is communications. Now I do recommend that you do the communications yourself for the first 3 properties so you can really get that experience. It's also really difficult to delegate something like communications when you haven't done it and don't understand it yourself. Now once you are ready to delegate the communications, I want to share with you 2 websites that I use to hire virtual assistants. Number one, it is onlinejobs.ph. And the second one is virtuallatinos.com. These are 2 websites where you could hire experienced short-term rental communication coordinators that can do all the communications for you for each guest before, during, and after their stay. Hey guys, if you're enjoying this video, make sure you guys smash and destroy that like button. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Hey guys, and my goal with the likes is we should have at least 20% in likes of however many views we have. So if you notice that we're not at that 20%, please help me get there. Now I want to share with you 3 ways to get in contact with existing or new Airbnb hosts so that you could offer your co-hosting services. And the first way is your existing relationships. The biggest thing when getting a co-hosting opportunity is to work with people who already know, like, and trust you. Because you don't have to convince them whether you're a great person, whether you're a responsible person. They already know that based on knowing you for however many years they know you. So look at your existing relationships, people that already own property or who are subleasing property, and start there. The second place is Facebook groups. There's tons of Facebook groups. Almost every major city out there has one. You might have to type in things like short-term rental hosts in Los Angeles or vacation rental owners in Tampa, Florida. Just play around with the words short-term rentals Airbnbs, things like that. And you're gonna find these Facebook groups of existing Airbnb hosts that you can get in contact with. And the third way is social media. As you guys know, almost all businesses are using social media today to grow their businesses. And it's a great way to get in contact, to create an awareness that you are now a co-host and are offering the opportunity to work with more people. Now remember that your number one goal as a co-host is to provide a hands-off experience for the owner while either maintaining the same revenue or, in a perfect world, growing that revenue. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. And if you're ready to start your Airbnb co-hosting business, check out my ebook down in the description down below. Make sure you guys also follow me on Instagram and check out my podcast. Subscribe, turn on the notification bell. See you on the next one.